Welcome to Co-Parenting with the Universe. This is Muriel Felous, your host. And today we are going to talk about block number 3 regarding co-parenting with the universe. I still want to remind you that if you haven't reviewed the show, you can still do it and get a free month in my membership, in my Co-Parenting with the Universe membership, as a thank you present from me for reviewing the show. All you have to do is to rate and review, send me a snapshot on Facebook in the Co-Parenting with the Universe Facebook group, or just shoot me an email on my website, coparentingwiththeuniverse.com, and let me know that you've done that, and I'll reply to you with the link. So that's it for the announcement. Last week and the week before, or last episode and the episode before, we covered block number 1 and 2 to Co-Parenting with the Universe. If you haven't listened to them, go and give it a listen. I don't know if you can say go give it a listen. I'm sure you can, but that may be a weird way of saying it. Anyway, today we're going to talk about a block, but that is not really a block per se, that it's not something that is in your way before you even start. That is something that comes in the way as you start co-parenting with the universe because of a myth that I would like to debunk today. The myth is, and that's something that was introduced to me a long time ago when I was trained into Reiki by my teacher and a lady who was also a psychic that I sometimes had to get sessions with when I was in my own way. And she told me that a lot of people, when they embark on a spiritual journey and they start making changes and live in a more highest elevated way, they are under the impression that because you're spiritual, everything is going to be rainbows and butterflies. And that when bad things happen or difficult things happen, they make themselves wrong. And frankly, that's something that I've seen also in the law of attraction milieu, where some people say that we attract absolutely everything in our life, and that if we attracted a bad thing, that means we created it, whether we know it or not. My personal belief is that it's not as simple as that. There are things that we can align with and attract in this life, but there are things that before we incarnate, we make a choice to experience in this life as a soul. And as a human being, it is unfair, untrue, and counterproductive to say that we attracted that as we are now in our human form in this current life. Because maybe, and especially pertaining to kids and teenagers and our loved ones, I don't believe that there is anything you can do that could create the death or prevent the death of a person you love. I believe that those kind of things are decided at a way higher level and we have no impact. Now, my belief is also, and that's personal, everyone has his own, that sometimes we are finding ourselves at certain forks in life. And whether we take that road or that road, there will be a completely different outcome and maybe different time of death. I'm not even sure about that. But frankly, it doesn't really matter because we don't have control over that. And that notion of being all-powerful, being all able to do everything, thinking that when you're a spiritual being, by the time that you decide to live a spiritual life, everything will be easy and flowy and without difficulties of blocks, is in itself a block in your way. Because either you're going to make yourself guilty because you think you attracted it, or you're going to make yourself maybe feeling like a victim, feeling that or something is wrong with you, you're not doing it the right way, or not spiritual enough. And that will prevent you from learning the lesson, extracting the treasure, seeing the silver lining in the story. The best that we can do is, and even when we talk about co-parenting with the universe, it's all about our response to what happens and our ability to co-create the best, the most desirable outcome. But that is not a guarantee. There is no guarantee that because you decide to interact with the universe and get assistance and protection, that nothing difficult or challenging will ever happen to you. That's not true. First of all, life would be boring without blocks. If everything was always going our way, we wouldn't grow. And there is that growth and expansion factor that even the universe itself, when you look at the astronomy and the planets, there is always a momentum of expansion. So who are we as small human beings to stand in the way of that, of the universe? Once you decide that as you co-parent with the universe, as you co-create with the universe, you're going to be equipped for responding to the highest version or to the most, to the best of your ability to create the best outcome that can be for you. That's all you can do. And once you know that things will happen. Look, I've got COVID. I've been avoiding it for so long, and 3 weeks before needing to board on an airplane, I got COVID. Is it my fault? Did I do something wrong? Did I forget to vibrate at the highest level? I don't think so. And I think that also the lesson that I'm being taught as far as having COVID and not knowing if I'm going to be able to embark on that plane, board on that plane, is to learn to be at ease with uncertainty. Because once you are able to make the way you feel on a dominant basis, of course there are moments, but on a dominant basis, to make the way you feel independent from what's happening around you, you've got the key to happiness. You will deal with stuff that are uncomfortable and annoying and when it's time, but the rest of the time, you'll be at peace, appreciative, grateful, joyous even though that thing is above your head, even though that thing is happening in your life. If there is one thing that was really my intent when I first started to shifting my business to help single moms with teenagers, it is that ability that I wanted to take them on, to help them develop, to be happy no matter what. And that attitude, like, yeah, things happen, and I'm happy. My kid is struggling at school, and I'm happy. I don't like that they have bad grades, and I'm happy. My kid is hanging out with people who I don't like, and I'm happy. I'm doing whatever I can to prevent that or to redirect or to help them, and I'm happy. I have problem with my teen, and I have an amazing life. I have friendships and I have love and I have passions. And it's all about the dominant basis, how we feel on a dominant basis, because that even will give you the fuel, the energy, the physical energy to face what you have to face when it's not easy. So burst that myth that if I co-parent with the universe, everything is going to be happy and easy and blah, blah, blah. If I co-parent with the universe, only what I want will happen. No, sometimes what will happen is not what you desire. And even in there is a possibility for growth and for acceptance and for humility even. And curiosity. Stay open. What am I supposed to learn? What am I supposed to enjoy? Even when it's annoying and when you think there is nothing to enjoy in the process, what could I enjoy if I decided to? The tiniest thing. I can sit here and have a cup of coffee. Even though everything of that is going on, I'm going to take 5-10 minutes and give myself that because I love myself. So that's the block that comes later in the way of people co-parenting with the universe and why they give up. It's like, I remember when I first started, before I started a podcast, I had one of the people I interviewed, the first Hey Health author that I interviewed was J.B. Glossinger, and he wrote a book. And as I was about business, and as I was talking to him after the interview, and I asked him how does he recommend that I go about expanding my business? He said, create a podcast and invite the people you want in your podcast. And even if you have only one listener, appreciate and rejoice about it. And the most important thing, don't give up, because he said he saw the many, many people who just before the blade of grass is piercing and coming out to the light, because they put so much effort and nothing was happening, they give up. He said that's the biggest mistake that I see people making. So I'm going to apply that to co-parenting with the universe. Do not give up before you're confident enough about the process that you see results and constant results, because you will start seeing them. I promise. I see them in my life. I see them in other moms' life. I see when we do workshops with my members, I see the light and the, oh my God, something shifted. That's also co-parenting with the universe, because when you shift something, you open a door for even more guidance and more assistance and more love and more. So don't give up because you expect it to be all the way you want it to be and not flexible enough. So that's it. That's a shorter episode today. That's the block number 3 in co-parenting with the universe. And I'm looking forward to interact with you in the group, Facebook group. Don't miss the opportunity to join and see the videos, short tapping or exercises video, brain training videos that I'm putting there, because that's there to help you on your way. And I look forward to seeing you in my membership as well with this opportunity that I mentioned at the beginning. So don't forget, go review the show and claim your month, because there is also a surprise with that month. You'll see. Okay, have a wonderful co-parenting with the universe experience. See you next time. Mwah.